What is the plot to Pixels? Adam Sandler makes poop jokes while fighting 80s nostalgia arcade video game pixels, and some other shit happens. Did I mention Kevin James is the president of the United States in this movie? I bet you really want to see it now. Now let's really dive into depth of what this movie's all about, and on paper, the concept of this movie really sounds intriguing because I like retro video games. I like that whole nostalgia vibe of 80s arcade video games coming to life and attacking the planet. That sounds really badass. And then someone took that really cool concept and phoned in one of the laziest examples of a film script I've ever seen. And then someone else in Hollywood took that lazy, underwhelming script and then made a terribly executed film out of it. And then we got Pixels. Now listen, going into this film, I wasn't expecting an art house film or an Academy Award-winning performance by anyone. I just wanted to be entertained, and throughout this movie, there's moments where they could have easily tweaked things to make it a much better movie, but it almost felt like they went out of their way to make it the most dumb, idiotic thing that they could put on screen, where it almost slaps the viewers in the face and says, you know what, guys? We got your money now! Don't choke on your popcorn, you sons of bitches! The film Pixels makes Transformers 4 look like the Shawshank Redemption. I'm on my way, Andy Dufresne! By the way, on a quick side note, before we keep talking about this abomination against humanity, I will say the most positive thing you will see in this review will be at the end of the video when I do the special Geek Fuel unboxing. It's a little with TV goodies and movie stuff. It's a good time, so stay tuned to the end of the video, because I like opening these up. It makes me feel like a little boy on my birthday. Alright, so let's dive a little bit further into the plot of this movie. Adam Sandler's character in this film is an underachiever who installs TVs for a living, even though he's a very intelligent guy, and in the 1980s when he was a kid, he was a video game pro. He went to the World Championship video game thingy-majigger in 1982, and during the first 5 minutes of this film, we see a young Adam Sandler and a young Kevin James as kids, playing video games, going to the arcade, going to the video game championships in 1982, and I liked that. The first 5 minutes of this movie were probably the most enjoyable aspect of it, because everything after that just becomes this big bloated pixelated mess, and you're just like, I don't want to be here right now, and Adam Sandler doesn't either. Somebody write this man his check so he can get off the set. He called the shit poop! Adam Sandler. Now, when I grew up in the 90s, I loved Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, and I still stand by those being 90s cult classic comedy movies. But nowadays, it's like Adam Sandler, he just doesn't give a shit anymore. It's like, come on, Adam Sandler, I want to laugh at your poop jokes, but it's just like you don't even care to be here in this movie. You just look tired. It almost looked like Adam Sandler in this movie had mono. For me, if they wanted to bring this concept to life, I would have rather seen kids playing arcade video game things, going to the arcade video game championship in 1982, and that story, a coming-to-age story about a young man trying to overcome the odds playing arcade video games. Now, before I really dive into the horrificness of this film, I have two positives I want to mention about this film. The first one is Peter Dinklage in this film. I like Peter Dinklage, but in this film, I liked his character. He's a self-righteous asshole, cheater, and he just has the most blunt one-liners of all time, and I really enjoyed his character. He was probably the most humorous aspect about this movie, and I would say he's the only thing I really laughed at throughout this movie. And the second positive I wanted to mention about this film, and the most enjoyable aspect for me personally, was looking at Lady Lisa throughout this movie. Every time she was featured on the screen, it was mystical and magical. Alright, so here are my final flicking thoughts on the movie Pixels. This film was directed by director Chris Columbus, who directed a few of my favorite movies of all time. I wouldn't let this movie in my room if it was growing on my ass. But the execution of this film is so terribly done. Now keep in mind, the movie had a terrible script to begin with, and now there's only so much you can do with that when you actually start filming it, but throughout this movie, there's all these pixels coming and attacking things, and it feels like the characters are just standing there without any direction whatsoever, just shooting into random things in the air. It's almost like Adam Sandler at times in this movie was vacuuming carpet rather than shooting at alien invasion pixels coming down. Because when you have that awesome video game concept, which is intended for people with that nostalgia vibe that want to see those classic video games come to life, and then you make a movie for 3-year-old kids, well, you're just like, what were they thinking here? So anyway, I'm going to give the movie Pixels an F. This movie is not a good movie. It's not a very entertaining movie. And Peter Dinklage was the best thing about this movie, and I almost gave it a D- just for the Dinklage. I'm going to stand by the F because this really isn't a movie. It's a whole bunch of little dumb scenes put together, and they try to say, hey, this is 2 hours long, so that makes a movie. No, it's just a whole bunch of dumb little things put together. Alright guys, so that's my take on the movie Pixels, and if you guys really liked the movie, well, you probably didn't agree with anything I said during this video, but that's okay. We're still friends. And as usual, let me know your thoughts, your opinions on the movie down below. But with all that said, let's do a special unboxing for Geek Fuel. Now, Geek Fuel is a thing that you get in the mail once a month, And it's really cool. I get it every month because, like I said in the beginning of the video, it makes me feel like a little kid on my birthday, and I like that feeling. And also, if you guys want to pick this up and you guys want to get a special item in your Geek Fuel box, a collector's item, a very magical item, go through my promo code right here, link down below in the description box if you guys want to check out Geek Fuel for yourselves. All right, let's open this bad boy up and see what it's all about. First thing you get is this Geek Fuel magazine. I keep these in the Batman bathroom. I read them. I'm interested in them. They have little tidbits about everything in the box and info on movies and stuff like that. The next thing you get here, you get these Burton Star down. Okay, it's candy. Now I like candy because sugar is what keeps me going. And it also comes with a downloadable game. So that's really cool, and there's a code on it for you. That's pure sugar, but I rather enjoy it. All right, let's keep digging in the box here. Ooh, this is cool. It's a mini pint. All right, let's check this out. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. It's an Ant-Man shot glass. Yeah, that's really cool. So next time I get intoxicated, this will be the device I use. And if you guys are under 21, well, you can drink chocolate milk out of it or something. Comes with this little button right here. I think this is this Serenity? I think that's Serenity, right? Okay, we'll go Serenity. Oh, this is awesome. You get a Civil War comic book right here from Marvel. You got Iron Man and Captain America on the cover, looking like they're going to kick each other's ass. And on the back has a certificate of authentication. Authenticity. Authenticity. I know how to read. I went to school. All right, the next thing in here is this poster right here. Not quite sure what this is. Let's check it out. Oh, that's cool. It's an Aliens poster, so check that out. All right, and last but not least in the Geek Fuel box, you get this t-shirt right here. This is my favorite thing about these boxes is every month you get a t-shirt, and every time it's a t-shirt I like, and I like the way they feel. So with all that said, let me go put this bad boy on. I'll be right back. All right, so here's the t-shirt. It's a Zelda-themed shirt. Was never a hardcore Zelda video game fan, but I like the t-shirt nevertheless, and it's durable. It feels nice and thick and cottony, and it won't disintegrate when you wash it one time. So anyway, guys, like I said, link to Geek Fuel down below, and if you go through my special promo code, you will receive a special collector's item in your Geek Fuel box. Alright, guys, so that's my take on Pixels, the movie, or at least it was more of a rant than a movie review, and also that was my Geek Fuel unboxing. So as usual, guys, leave your thoughts, your opinions down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.